And alright, we are here today. How are you all doing? Let's just do a little, just make a quick announcement here so let people know that we're online. And there we go. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to make announcements in everyone else's servers today. Today's going to be a short stream. We're going to be... I have to work today, so we're just going to keep things extra relaxed. Let's see here. As I try to reach across my table to grab some extra dark paints. There we go. Oh, that is a little wet. That part's not quite supposed to be wet. There we go. Hello, Colin. Yeah, it's gonna be quite a motley crew here. So right now we're painting Shivy, the Christmas elf, as Helen Mitches named him. Let's pull this up here. There we go. And let's do that zoom that you requested. Make them look like they're giants. Oh, we can see there's a little hair there. Let's fix that up. So I'm gonna try and darken up that green there. So let's see what we can do here. Make him a little less Christmassy. I ended up going with the colors that felt right, and you know, it ended up being very Christmassy, which was not really my intention. Not a bad thing either. How are you doing today, Colin? It's gonna be the weekend anytime for you now. Got any fun plans? I am doing alright. Hello, my Lily. I am doing alright. I'm just a little bit tired. Been doing some on-call shifts at work, so I've got one after today's stream. And so, here, let's see if we can give me a little bit more brightness here. Let's make this just a little more in the blue hues. There we go. Yeah, that's about right. It's a little closer. It makes me look like my skin is gray, but that's not really... My allergies have been going at me. I was using some super glue yesterday. Let's see here. Maybe what I need to do is I need to up the saturation just a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. Got work that needs finishing this week, so getting some extra hours in. Even less time for painting. Hey, you were talking right to me there, Colin. That is exactly the boat that I am in right now. But yeah, right now this guy, I got him from Reaper Bones Kickstarter number 4. So I'm happy to finally get him painted off because I got those minis quite a while ago. Almost 2 years ago now. Oh, I can see there's a little gap of white space. Don't want that. Let's get like our faithful #1 dollar store paintbrush. That's right. That's right. I'm a blasphemer and I use dollar store paintbrushes sometimes. How dastardly. Yeah, you can hear I'm not really awake yet. I've been up for a couple hours, but feeling sleepy. Bones 4 means you have the same model in a box under the bed, washed, scrubbed them, came and did nothing with them. I know, right? And this is why I reached out to you. I was like, hey, Colin, I know how you operate. I'll buy some of those unpainted minis off you. But those are especially nice ones, so I hold nothing against the decline. I would probably decline too. I love those models. That's why I was poking and prodding you. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, no, streaming has really made it a lot easier to, well, not easier, but made me more accountable to painting and finishing minis. Yeah, if you did Bones 4, you most certainly got the... Oh, if they're partially assembled or things like that, that's fine by me. I really don't mind that. The assembly is not a sacred process for me. And my presumption, because they're the most likely ones that you were selling off because you were making mention about cultists, I'm guessing cultists would be the only ones that you'd be missing. Which, like, that box had, like, a ton of them. Like, wasn't there, like, 20 cultists or something like that? 10 melee, 10 ranged, I think? And I think that was, like, even excluding the special ones, like the ones with the flamer. I just want to make sure though that, like, if you had any intention, or if you had intention on using them, I wasn't going to take them away from you by any means. Because I know how excited you are for Stargrave, and those cultists would be beautiful models for Stargrave. They've got like the right amount of... I feel those cultists, and I say this seriously, I feel those cultists are more cyberpunk than the official models for cyberpunk. Like, they were great, beautiful models. Okay. Alright, so that green hood looking not too terrible. I think I painted 20 cultists and then converted some of the other 20 and sold one Vrosh the Aspiring Champion or whatever. Yeah, take a look. Take a look. Because if I was to buy them, I would rather A, make you have less unpainted minis to deal with, as well as B, funding your fund for more minis rather than deal with someone on eBay who's trying to sell them for 200 or more % of the actual price. I don't know, but that, you and me can talk about that. We can deal with that in private. We don't need to. So the last thing I want is to put pressure on you. I can't remember who the aspiring champion was. Was that the Chaos Lord? I made his eye look like it's melted. That's not good. Let's see if I can fix that. No. It's all good. It's all good. I was really surprised that they didn't reuse, from what I can tell, almost any of the sculpts from that. That was a shocker to me. Just last little note, because like those sculpts were remarkable. They easily could have just kept reproducing them. Looks like he went and bled over onto his face, which is not ideal because that's a really harsh place to fix up. Goodness gracious. Boop. Alright. Did I mess it up even more? I think I did. Oh, they were super great minis, and that's true. They were all on a combined sprue, so they would have had to recreate the sprues, which is admittedly not very cost effective. And you know, respectfully, as a business, you do need to make sure that what you're doing is cost effective. Yep, seeing that his sword's not fully lined up. That's okay. Let's see, what other kind of hilt action can I do here? I got this, you know, make a scabbard wood. The Chaos Champion with the mace even got painted in 1 silver and a golden demon a few years back. Yeah, oh no, those were beautiful models. I mean, like, I'm sure it's no surprise why I want them. I would look, like, I just remember painting them, like, and the details on them, the fact that they were, no 2 people were in the same pose, like, I just wanted to paint them because they're beautiful. red and gold scheme going for them. Yeah, like his embossed like cape. Oh, beautiful set, beautiful set. And it's funny, the more people I've talked to about it, a lot of the people I know that did buy that set, similarly to myself, bought more than one. Like they bought two, or oh, angry choo choo. Say hello to the angry choo choo train. Hello, Abstract. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. You missed Starry Night's last stream. I don't think... So did Abstract Cosmic. I was telling with him, I was like, I don't think I've ever been here without either Abstract. What was going on? I'm teasing you, of course. We all have our schedules. But it was something that was fascinating to me. He was working on the... Oh goodness, why can I not remember the name of it? The wire bits. The frame, the armature, that's it. He was working on the armature for Doomslayer. Was out celebrating because you took a day. Oh, you got your license. Fantastic. And that's your nursing license, I presume, and not your driver's license. Okay. Let's deepen up that red. Deep as we can. So we're going to use this MSP red shadow. So whenever I'm using these paints, I always have to keep a paper clip on me because I always end up having to do this. I always have to de-jam them. A lot of these have a agitator ball in them, not from my own, but from the Reaper themselves. So I found, where is it? Is this it? Yeah. So you can kind of see right in here, there's an agitator ball in it, and sometimes it gets stuck inside the cap. It's a real pain in the butt. Especially when you're pouring it. I don't think it's necessarily... I mean, you can just remove them, but like when you're pouring it, it ends up falling in, right? So It's the only reason I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think their newer paints do that. Alright, let's darken up these pants. So, despite his name, as per Alinwich's, we're going to make him less of Shivy the Christmas elf. Still going to let his pants be red, because I think the red pants is just cool. This is going to be one of my thieves for Frostgrave. Thus he's got the dagger. Also because I came to the realization that I don't have many miniatures that only have a dagger. I've got this one, and I've got this one. I think those are my two. But yeah, because he was Christmas colors, he ended up getting named Shivy the Christmas elf. You don't want to face Shivy. He's like an evil Will Ferrell. And he's wearing a cod piece. Clearly this person is insane. I was letting people know earlier, Abstract, that despite the fact it is Saturday, I do work on call today. So, not proper on call, it's just I'm just doing overtime. We call it on call, despite that not being on call. Anyways, so it's not going to be my longer Saturday streams, which, you know, they started to turn into a regular, like, 4 to 5 hour stream. Not going to be the case today, unfortunately, which makes me a little sad, but you know, gotta make that money, pay them bills, fund this this habit, this hobby. That's okay. Can't expect money to appear out of thin air, sadly. No, apparently not. Apparently that's unreasonable, which I think is unreasonable. Kidding, of course, but you know, it would be nice. Yep. Second. That's better. Can't be having sniffles. At least not in front of a nurse. Which again, congratulations. So it's kind of funny, I don't really usually think of how small that hero figures are, but painting it with a zoom on this really does, like, Ronies. Painting in the zoom really does make me realize, A, how small these figures are, and B, how large my hands are. Makes me kind of look at these and go, wow, that's so much detail in such a small thing. All right, what color should I do this shirt? Maybe like an ugly tan. Yeah, let's do like an ugly tan color. Do one of the only Citadel paints I actually have. Steel Legion Trap. Obviously mixed in with agitators. That's a nice color. It's a good like baseline for crummy cloth. There we go. It doesn't seem small in pictures, and then you paint it with your thumbnail next to comparison. Yeah. No, it's well, especially like when you consider how large all the other miniatures I paint are. Like, I paint very large miniatures normally. Largely because they have more details on them, and I can, you know, well, more details that are feasibly paintable for me. You know, I like that medium-tures. I like that a lot, because I would joke that they're like biggies instead of minis, but I think medium-tures sounds much nicer. There we go. So she can't see it right now, but she's gonna find out that I painted this with brown, and I'm gonna get in trouble. Just want you all to know, if you find out about in the news a person was found set aflame in a pile of plastic, burning plastic, of course. It may be me, because I painted with brown. Also, she's right behind me.
Huh?
Nothing. Just talking about not using the color brown.
Oh, good.
Definitely not using the color brown.
I'll check later.
I'm gonna be audited, guys. Rip. What flowers do I want on my grave? Good question. Ooh, what are those ones? It's like I had a bunch of them. They look like little galaxies. They're beautiful. Heck, I gotta look this up. I only found out about them a couple of years ago. I bought one and I like grew it to gargantuan proportions. And the winter killed it, of course, because winter is winter. Let's see here. Space flower. First ever flower grown in space. Not really what I'm looking for. It's one of these. They are called... Oh my goodness. What is it? Galaxy flowers. Oh my goodness, why don't you just say the name? That is that. If you can put that on my tombstone, I would appreciate it. They look like this. I mean, any petunia is nice, you know, but specifically the night sky petunias. Are they not the coolest flower ever? Yeah. So, yeah. What the heck, indeed. Excellent. Most excellent. I don't think petunias do very good for like bouquets, because they're more viney than they are like with a stiff stem. You know, you'll make it work. I trust you. Jokes aside, I'm very excited about something, and that is that my partner is going to be trying to paint again. She only ever painted one miniature with me. She painted a construct, like an iron golem, which was really cool. But she wants to paint her own wizards, or possibly her entire warband. So I was like, that is most excellent. Yeah, you can totally do it. Shivy the elf. No giant, no, just giant Shivy. Nice to see you, Alinmiches. Get them carved into the tombstone with some fancy marble so they'll never fade. Oh my goodness. How you doing, Alinmiches? Nice to see you. Trying to make Shivy a little less Christmassy. So just starting off with the darkest shades that I can first, and then obviously work my way up. Oh, sorry to hear that, Alinmiches. That's unfortunate. Having an argument can never be good. Well, not never, but like it's never fun. Glad you guys sorted things out. long sleep. Oh, well, I'm glad that I'm able to be your relaxing stream. Today's going to be an extra chill one. I'm not very, not super all here right now. I had a late night, forgot that I was streaming today, so I stayed up a little late. I perpetually have waking up voice. So, you know, it's just gonna be one of those days. Actually, you know what? Images, you might be the most knowledgeable person on this subject. So, my favorite type of beer, incidentally, is a Belgian wit. And I was going to ask, how popular are Belgian wits in Belgium? If you happen to know. If not, totally cool. Wait, what? Left de Duvel? I do not know what those words mean. We have a lot of beers. So specifically, the beer I'm talking about is a type of fruity pale ale, and over here it's called a Belgian Wit, or Wit, Wit, W-I-T. Maybe you guys just call it a wit. That is a beer. It is absolutely a beer. Here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It'll sometimes be called well, I don't know if pronunciation is proper, if it's a VW or if it's just a YW, but it's WITBIER. Here we go. Here's an example. No, it's not just a lemonade. They're delicious. They're delicious. Just a lemonade. Huh. How cruel. Let's see. Oh. I'm not going to be able to read that, but I will see if there's an English equivalent page to that. Go ham on actual Belgian beer. Let's see here. Is there an English variant for this page? Or what I can do is I can translate it from Dutch to English. There we go. Oh, this is just a list of labels. Being told that my favorite type of beer isn't a beer. Cha. Pacha. Actually, I wonder. See if I can find that. Nope, not there. Yeah, and your country is the one that invented that type of beer. Yeah, I'm not talking about a specific label, just the brewing type or brewing style. Because in the family of beers, it is considered its own type of beer, and it gets called a Belgian wit over here. No. I'm not talking about a label. No. Style of beer. Yeah. yeah. No, it is a, just like a lager and an ale are different. A Belgian wit is considered its own thing. Ah, you like darker beers. Yeah. I sometimes like darker beers. Not usually, though. Usually I prefer wheat beers. But I will prefer a malty beer over a hoppy beer any day. Oof, I do not like hops. It just tastes like copper to me. Aw, well that would be very sweet. I would be very excited about something like that. Yeah. It would be cool to do some traveling. I think after this is all said and done, the last thing I'm going to want to do is stay around at home. I think everyone probably feels that way to some extent. Uthel. Oh. Gonna have to use Google Translate here. Whoa, hello Raiders, nice to see you. Hello. Terrific. Oh, well thank you. Oh, thank you everyone for joining in. Cosmic Spiny, thank you for the follow. We are just doing some painting for some minis I'm planning on using in Frostgrave with my partner. So let's see here. Let's get some dark green, make this like a wine bottle there. Oh, thank you for the follow, Quality Individual. Nice to see you. What are you guys up to today? I hope you had a good stream. Oh, Robbie, thank you for your follow there. Were you doing some painting today? Oh, Mikey came and made the recommendation. Well, yes. Hello, Mikey. What a sweet guy. Mikey's one of my mods. But yeah, just doing this guy here. I'll show you some of the other ones that I already painted for my Frostgrave game. So this was the first one that I painted. So this is going to be my thief. And this right here, this dwarf, is going to be one of my thugs. So I really like how he turned out. This one was sculpted by my friend Malleus. Malleus Miniatures. We've got ourselves the goodest boy. Little Rottweiler. Pokemon Nuzlocke. Oh, I love Pokemon Nuzlockes. And this is the most recent project that I'm almost finished. I'm going to have to change my camera settings for this. So we're going to zoom out. So this is what I've been working on for the last few days, is this big storm giant. Oh, thank you. I was trying to do a... I'll move the lighting here so you can see the sand a little bit better. I was trying to basically flood this with a water effect last time, but a few things went wrong. I didn't wait for the sand to dry properly. I added on a couple too many elastic bands because the challenge is this base is quite thin. So I had a plastic barrier around, but as the elastics went in, they slipped underneath, and one thing led to another. It was overall a bad time, but that's all good. You know, it's a learning experience. That's just how things go sometimes. But thank you for coming in. It's really appreciated. So let's see here. Oh yeah, I was just going to finish up that little wine bottle he's got on the back there. Yeah, I don't know how exciting... I presume you run a more exciting stream. Nuzlocks are super fun. I would love to do one day. But this is a very relaxing stream, typically. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Oh. Little finger spasm right there. Alright, so let us maybe do some of the ropes. He's got little things that are holding things to him, straps. Probably made of some kind of twine. Oh, some D&D fans? I love D&D. That's usually what I play. But given the, state of the world, haven't exactly been able to play D&D in person. That's usually how I prefer to play. So, some friends recommended Frostgrave to me. I checked it out. I thought, holy heck, this is a really cool looking game. So I decided, you know what? It's something that can be played with 2 people. So I proposed the game to my partner, and she said that it sounded really exciting. She liked the idea of going and capturing treasure, and not necessarily having to kill or beat the other player, but rather just like a race for a goal. So we're assembling our war bands. I'm gonna make my first warband. I'm gonna be using elementalist wizards. I haven't decided if I'm going to have this very clearly Storm from X-Men mini be my wizard or my apprentice. And then the other mini I've got is this one. This comes from Champions of Hara. It's like a magma mage or something. She's really cool looking. So I'm probably going to have, these two be the wizard and apprentice. I just don't know which one yet. Your golem is dead? What happened to your golem? After the run loss, definitely needs some relaxing. Oh no! Did you lose some Pokemon? I'm sorry to hear that. That's always sad. Which edition of, or which generation or whatnot of Pokemon were you doing? Is it like Gen 5, Gen 4? Is it one of the newer gens? Tell me all about it. I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I actually have, fun fact, I have a tattoo of a Celebi. Though it's underneath my arm, so I can't really show it very well. Oh, maybe I can. Yeah, I could probably show it. There we go. Little Celebi. Emerald. Oh, I like Emerald. Emerald's super fun. Although trying to get the golems, the Reggies, is, whew, that is tough. That is super tough stuff. I love Celebi, yeah. I got that tattoo specifically of a fond memory. Me and two of my friends hanging out in my room, and we're all Pokemon fans, right? And one of them got a Game Shark, and you could catch or get any Pokemon with it. And we're like, what? That's crazy. So what do? Obviously, we go and we get ourselves some legendary Pokemon. Specifically, each of us got a Celebi because that was an event-only Pokemon. You had to go to a movie theater, you had to do a thing. But all that talk about having to go to a movie theater, really, you had to live in a city that had a nice movie theater. Otherwise, you can't actually get it, right? A small hick town in, butt of nowhere doesn't really have that kind of anything. So, when we did have Pokemon the movie, we didn't have the cards or any of that stuff. So it was impossible. So we went and we found a way. And I thought that was a fun memory, and I wanted to preserve that on a tattoo. I am prepping Greybeard for Frostgrave. So Frostgrave, you play as a wizard and their warband. So right now, here, I'll go over all the minis that I've got on the table right now. There we go. So I've got a wizard and an apprentice. Mine are an elementalist, School of Magic. I've got my warhound, which is this little Rottweiler. Right there. I've got a ranger, which I'm going to either use this model or this model. Probably this one. I like this one a bit more. Here, let's do a little bit of a focus. And, you know, if my partner wants a ranger or an archer, she can use the other one. I'm going to have some thugs, because you got to have thugs. So I was going to go with, you know, this guy I already started painting up. It kind of looks like poop. I like this one much better. Plus, a friend of mine sculpted that one. And then, so I'm going to maybe use this whip person as my third thug. I get to have 10 people. So I've got, let's see, my barbarian. This comes from Massive Darkness or Zombicide Black Plague. I really cannot remember, but I thought he looked really cool. He's got like a stone axe. It's got like, you know, it's just really cool looking character. So that is, let's see here, that's 2, 5, 8, 2 more characters. Yes, my thieves. I was going to go with these two as thieves. Or, you know, I could go with this little halfling who's got a teeny tiny sword. You know, a full sword to a halfling is basically a dagger. But yeah, so, you know, I'm just that's how things are going right now. Yeah, let's start doing some highlights. I think highlight time is now. Let's see here. What's this one? That's here we go. We'll just jump straight into this. That is a nice green, but let's see if we can go with a slightly darker for an intermediary. Not really. My green selection is not as robust as I remember it being. Oh, that's a scurvy green. Too many greens, I tell ya. I've got like a million colors of paint. So, there we go. It was just in the wrong place. Gotta start work. Gonna lurk. No worries, quality. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I'm only going to be able to stream for probably another 2 hours myself. Then I have to do the exact same thing. But that gives us plenty of time to all hang out together. And if anyone, by the way, I do have a Discord community for anyone who likes RPGs or likes miniatures, war games, whatever it is. You know, if we type in here, I'll do it for you guys. If anyone wants to come and join my little community, feel free. You know, everyone's welcome. It's a nice little safe space. I've really tried to make it a place where people can get together and kind of take a break from all the horrors of the world right now. I think we all need that. Horror. Like today, you paid €2 for a Pepsi. Shouldn't that be maybe like €1? Horror is right. My goodness, Mikey. You know what? I think this is just too soft of a brush. I need to use a bit more firm. I really need to order more of these brushes. They're really nice. They take months to get to me. Average 150. Sounds like horror to me, Mikey. And Mikey's pretty chill. I suspect he did not share that he also is a streamer. So we're gonna give Mikey a shout out. Mikey does streams. He streams tomorrow, in fact. Same time that I started right now. So if anyone wants to go check out another video game stream, give Mikey DC a check out. Mike DeLime. He's also one of the 3 hosts for Creature Club Podcast. You can find it on Twitter at Creature Club Pod, or you can email them if you have some cool ideas for D&D. Good friend Mikey does not promote himself often enough. I'll show you. You're valued. Good person. Take that. See? Compliments. Can't take them back. Can't give them back to me. No. Not how it works. Those are your compliments now. How dare. Yep. Is everyone's day going well today? It's pretty quiet now. Things are calm down. Maybe everyone's just relaxed or sleeping. It's okay if you fall asleep. You will not have been the first person to fall asleep to this stream. Nor the last. Something I take a little bit of pride in. Nice work. Thank you, Greybeard. You put up a new bookshelf, Mikey. Fantastic. It's nice having a nice new bookshelf. Put your things on it. And yes, I try to make this as relaxing of a stream as we can. I just don't have the energy to be exciting. Not today, at least. It's like, goodness. Energy? What's that? I don't got no energy. Not today. You paint minis and you are mellow. What company made this figure? Greybeard. This is a Reaper miniature from Bones 4. You might be able to find it, and actually if you scroll down below, I am a Reaper Miniatures partner, so in the panels down below you'll find there's a link to Reaper. It's a referral website or a referral link from me. Using it costs you nothing extra, but if you make a purchase while using that link, you just have to click it once, and I'll get a little bit of in-store credit with Reaper. So if you want to show some support, that is one way you can do it while getting yourself something cool. You get something out of it, I get something out of it, and it didn't cost you anything extra. And that's kind of my philosophy for this stream. I don't really want to ask people for their money. You might notice I'm not an affiliate. This is not due to being unable to be affiliate. This is a choice that I made, because I don't want to blast you guys with ads. Don't want you guys to try and subscribe to me and have Twitch take half of the proceeds. If you guys want to support, you guys can do it in other ways. Oh, I do not know what this is. I got this in a box of like 100 miniatures. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find out. See if they even have it on their web store. Not all of the minis from that set are there. Let's see here. If I just look up Thief, I found this guy on there. This is another Reaper miniature. This is Stitch Thimbletoe Halfling Thief. Yeah, it looks like they don't have this one on their web store yet. But what they do have, let me pull this up here. See if I can pull up my thing. What's my referral again? No, that's my Amazon one. Hack. It's like exclamation mark. Burr. Here, we're gonna go here. We're gonna mute that. Because I don't want to bombast you guys with that. There we go. So, this is not the mini that I have, but this is one of the ones that I have on the table. Hello, Loki. Nice to see you. So that's the referral link you see at the end of the URL where it says Ref Mellow Minis. So that's for this guy right here. It's a little hobbit with a dagger and a thing, and he comes with a treasure chest. It's really cool. Yeah. So, all of these guys, these ones are all Reaper. This is from their Pathfinder line. For those who play Pathfinder, this is like one of the official art characters. I saw a version of this character where she's actually like holding on to the sword. I think she's on like their front page of their website right now, actually. This guy right here, this comes from the Dungeon Dwellers set. This is another metal mini from them, for those who like metal minis. And then this one is also a Reaper miniature, like a ranger. Yeah, I didn't have time really today to go through the thing, because I have a command for what mini is that. But alas, I did not use that today. Yeah, I hope that answered some of your questions. Sorry that didn't, if I have bombarded you guys there. Or for those who are like, no, stop sharing things, just paint. All done. We are now going back to painting. that show up okay? It's all right. I feel like that's a little too bright, so I'm just going to go with a little bit of a darker color there. Yeah, no, I was kind of disappointed to find out that there were still some minis that just haven't made it to their shop yet. Some of the gorillas that are on my Instagram aren't there yet. There's a couple demons that I want to paint that they don't have up on their shop yet. What are you feeling good about? Oh! I've been working on 3 scripts for YouTube vids. Ooh, exciting, Mikey. Well, that's very exciting. I'm glad to hear that. I liked the YouTube videos that you were doing, and now that you've got your new computer up and running, it should be easier for you to do. The bristles on that brush are making your eye twitch. Yeah, no, I definitely don't throw out my old brushes nearly enough, Loki. Loki, I think you're a much better painter than I am. Too funny. I know exactly what you're referring to. And I want to replace the brushes. I've been really lazy about it. I just don't do fine detail work with this brush is all. Stuff like this, easy. And the reason why I'm actually using this one right now is it's got a bit more resistance to this brush, which works really nicely for when I'm doing some things. It's got like the perfect like flexibility to it. But as you pointed out, the bristles are like, oh my goodness, like you're just waiting for them to catch something that I'm not intending to paint. And you never would have known about it if I wasn't using such a zoom in on this right now. I've cursed you with forbidden knowledge. I've been painting all of my minis with this brush. Let's pull the mic in a little bit closer. I don't feel like talking too loudly. There we go. Speaking of which, let's blow our nose. I have a large detachment to them. I just fell in love with painting them. Ooh, let me take a look at this, Loki. I'm always excited to seeing your paintings. So like, you're super talented. Like, you're clearly somebody who's been spending a lot of time. Oh, I love that green and the purple, the gold. Those are beautiful. Love that. You should feel very, very happy about that. And yeah, those are also miniatures that you got from the same Kickstarter, I'm guessing, because I've been noticing and recognizing the bones minis you've got there. I'm like, I know what that is. That's a bones mini. All right. And Bearded Gray, thank you for joining my little Discord there. Look forward to having you as a part of the community. Okay. So that's looking good. That's looking good. Let's touch this up a little bit more. You can always just go over that bottle some more, so that's fine. I'd rather paint over that than leave a spot white. Yeah, the Knight is also Reaper. Yep. The one that you just painted, I wasn't... I don't know if I've assembled that one or not. Yeah, there's a whole lot of Knights from that Reaper's Bone pack. One of which I painted Elimich's and sent her as a Secret Santa. That was a fun one, but after seeing how great yours were, I was like, oh man, I should have done better. It's from Rune Wars. Dagon or Dagon Army. I did not know that. I didn't know that those were Rune Wars. That's very cool. Was that licensed or just like they're very clearly intended for Rune Wars? Because, you know, we all know that happens from like multiple companies. We will pull inspiration from something here or there. $75 for the big core pack of Rune Wars Black Friday from your local shop. Oh! As in, like, okay, maybe I need to go and take a look at that picture again. Okay. I see. And then go back in here again. Okay. The newest night that you did is Rune Wars, but the first night that you did was Reaper. Right? I feel so slow sometimes. Alright, so this guy's really starting to come along. Makes me happy. Let's grab some black paint. Or, you know, whatever's like closest to us is blackish. No, we'll grab a black paint. Ah, there we go. I have it already over here. The newest I'm going to paint from today is just a foot soldier. Okay, cool. So, a little trick. I think it's pretty common knowledge, but for anyone who doesn't already know, if you want to paint a true metallic metal on something, painting black as a base coat and then painting the true metallic over top of it is going to make it more reflective. And it's just going to look more metal. And if you paint brown underneath gold, it'll make it more shiny. Yep. Black works well too, but yeah, brown underneath usually works pretty well. I know that with the Citadel golds, they ask you or recommend painting brown underneath it, but with the Vallejo, it'll get super intense actually with black as well. Just trying to think if I have an example within arm's reach that I can show. So for example, this brass or this copper color was painted on top of black. It's super reflective. It has to do with the black basically holding on to more light, which allows more light to reflect off of the metals. But there's like all sorts of like different things you can do, and it'll just make things work differently. And like it also depends on what paint brands that you're using too, right? I've never tried the brown base coat for gold before, truth be told. I've only done black, and it works really well. I should give it a shot. I should see how it behaves with the Vallejo game color. And they do so many little details on these things. So many. How are things going for you though, Loki? Got anything exciting coming up? Plans for your weekend? and Trouble is raiding too. 2 raids today. Hello, and Trouble. Nice to see you. Spend the day with a friend who needs some people, then walls. So sketching while I was painting, and tomorrow I'll probably clean up and paint some more. Yep, painting's all I've been doing lately. And Trouble, you've probably even painted this mini already. I know that you do a lot of Reaper ones. Hello, Tazalange. Hello, Valfera. Nice to see you. I'm just trying to paint up some minis for a game of Frostgrave. And so what you caught me in the middle of was painting up my thief. My thief. What are you guys working on today? Got any picks? Yeah, I know you two definitely had this model. Don't know if you guys still have this model or if you painted it. But I know that you guys backed the Bones 4 like I did. Because we've had that discussion. So I'm just painting this guy up. Him and his weird cod piece. It makes me very uncomfortable that he has a cod piece. Can't tell if it's metal. It looks like it's metal. Looks like it's got bolts to it. Well, you gotta protect your bits. Goes for everybody. A nice cod piece, bright pink. I am not gonna make his cod piece a bright pink. Oh my goodness. Mikey, what are you trying to do to me? trying to get me in trouble with the Twitch popo, with the Facebook and the YouTube's terms of services. No picks yet. Was wanting to learn how to use some new fluorescent glow in the dark paints you got. Oh, that's exciting. Yeah, honestly, I probably wouldn't have painted this guy yet were not the fact that I needed somebody with a dagger. But you know, I'm enjoying how he's turned out so far. I unintentionally went with some Christmas colors, which luckily the brown is drowning out. Thank you, brown. I mean, not brown. No, don't let my partner hear I use the word brown. I can feel her ears twitching. The word brown. Let's do some highlights on his wine bottle. Do a little bit of an edge highlight there. Looks not too bad. You can kind of tell it's a bottle. Yeah, is that okay? I know that with glass it's going to be very drastic in terms of how that highlight works. Oh man, this lighting is not very good. Let me see if I can fix this up. Everything feels very blah. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. I'm not that reddish pink, but it makes the colors really pop here. Yeah, that's about the best I can do. Maybe if I increase the saturation a little bit more, or decrease the saturation. Yeah, it's like there. It's not bad. That looks much nicer. Brown is a bad word. That's how my partner feels. She says I use too much brown. She says I use too much brown and everything needs to be more bright and colorful, and I don't disagree with her. But I am scared of using too many bright colors very often. Because if everything's bright, then it's harder for me to draw attention to specific parts, you know? I need to, speaking of which, I still need to highlight his pants. Yeah, she's like, you use too much brown. There's nothing mellow about brown. Brown is poo. And then I'm just like, hey, don't talk about my pennies like that. And she's like, poo. And I'm like, no, don't do that. So, you know, it's fun. There are only two types of brown, red brown and blue brown. And if you mix the two, the world will end. I've never heard of blue brown before. I would have thought it would have been like red brown and orange brown. But that is true. I do have I quite literally on my shelf I have 2 or 3 lines of like brown paints. I tried different methods of painting the glow colors and then rebase the mini. So I don't have a well, no, it's not true. I have one fluorescent paint, and let's see if I can get this to work on the camera. So I've got the Viejo Fluo Green. Oof, let's get that out of there. There we go. You can see that a bit better. And this glows, but I'm trying to see if I can get that to work in a, yeah, so you can kind of see that it glows, but it's a little hard to show. You can make a brown that's a dark purple using blue and red, but reads as brown. Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, no, you know what? I understand exactly what you're talking about now. That's right, because you can do, because brown is basically a combination of multiple colors. Oh, hello, Steve. Thanks for liking the stream. We're just painting up this thief for a game me and your sister are going to be playing. She doesn't like it when I say her name, so I will not say her name. Yeah, no, the camera does not really show glowing like effects or fluorescence very well. It looks really cool in person. I have a Triceratops that I put some on, and so when I turn a black light on, it turns into what I call a rave ceratops, and I have a lot of fun with that. Is bright fluorescent green. Let's see here. So I'm going to do a little bit of this metallic. And what we're going to do is we're going to put in a dark gray, like a little bit of a necromancer's cloak from Army Painter in. Give me a little bit more control of how the metals and the highlights of the metals work. Well, it's lovely to have you join in again in Trouble. I hadn't seen you go online for quite a while. I did see the alert when I was basically a lounge lizard earlier today. that you were streaming again, and I was like, oh, and Trouble's streaming again. That makes me happy. Too bad I missed it, though. Middle of the axis of red and blue, and if you exclude elements that make green, I think that's why you would consider brown to always be either red or blue. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And purple doesn't exist. Specifically for that reason you explained. Because they are on opposite spectrums of the light spectrum. And if you were to combine the two, normally you would get green, because green is literally in between them in the light spectrum. But, you know, green light already exists, so your brain creates magenta. So magenta, purple, violet, none of it exists. None of it. It's entirely a figment of your brain. Which is fascinating. Which brings into the question, do any two people see the same purple? Oh, I hate that he has a cod piece. I really do. I really wish there was no cod piece in this mini. I mean, I get that, like, you could call it a sports cup that he wears on the outside. Like, that's clearly the intention, but, like, why? Oh, goodness, why? Why just... Like, in the end of the day, this guy is smart because he's wearing one. He's protecting very delicate organs. Defined in the receptors of your eye and translates by your brain. So, no, biologically it's unlikely that most people see the same, but instead we've developed language to describe it. Absolutely. No, that right there, Loki, is actually something that I've tried to explain to people before. That given the fact that we have agreed upon terms for what colors are, and we can all agree orange is orange, but we are essentially unable to verify that what I see and I call orange is the same thing that you see. We both call it orange, but we don't really have a way of verifying that the shade or the color that we see is the same. You know, we're able to pinpoint different aspects. We can say, like, we can recognize and remember what the shades are, but what is actually being seen by our eyes isn't comparable, which I think is fascinating. Specifically, since we want to talk about DNA, the reason why, as studies say, people who have a Y chromosome are more likely to become colorblind, because colorblindness comes from a faulty X chromosome. Not faulty, I'm sure it does other things that are fantastic, but the X chromosome is responsible for red-green light, or being able to recognize it. So, if you have one that doesn't maybe work as well, you are red-green colorblind. So only having one is more likely for you to be red-green colorblind than if you have two. And sorry, I'm so pale. Oh my goodness. I hope I didn't hurt anybody's eyes. Need to get some sun. Except I don't leave my house because there's a pandemic. The human eye has 4 color receptors, RGB and A. Yeah. Well, technically we have 3 color receptors. 3 for color, and then, which are rods, I want to say? It might be cones. But we have rods and cones. One is for color, and the other is for intensities of light. Yeah. The mantis shrimp, 16. They're able to see. So the only reason I say that the rod is not a color receptor is because it helps us see shades and not colors. So brightness, essentially. That's the only reason I say that. So my apologies if it sounds like I'm being difficult. Just wanted to explain why I'm saying that. Yeah, mantis shrimp. Yeah, in English we call it a mantis shrimp. But cannon shrimp makes much more sense given what it's capable of. Cannon regia shoots air. Yeah, no, exactly. No, I think your name for it makes much more sense. We call it mantis because they come in two varieties. They come in punching and cutting. And the cutting ones, their arms are shaped more like a praying mantis. So that's why we call it a mantis shrimp in English. If that helps. Let's see here. So, yeah. That's similar, but slightly brighter. Yeah, no, the air bubble that they end up producing produces heat that is higher than the surface of the sun, which seems like something that a kid would say when trying to describe how powerful a Pokemon is. But the fact that they are thousands of leagues under the sea and they're able to create an air bubble, which means that all of the thousands of pounds or kilograms of water above them is literally being shifted just from its one punch. It is just remarkable. Yeah. They are one of the most powerful creatures in existence, and because of that, it is stupidly difficult to keep them in captivity. Because they shatter the glass. Yeah, it's basically a flashbang when they do their punch. Like literally, they are One Punch Man. For anyone who is familiar with the anime or manga or webcomic One Punch Man. It is its own level of mega cool. It really is. It really, really is. I'm a pretty big biology nerd, specifically with like zoology, and it's just oh, sorry, that one snuck up on me. Probably need to refill my tea. Yeah, no, I am always astounded by stuff like that, and I'm constantly like looking it up. Like the fact that birds have colors that can only be revealed under UV light, and that birds see in UV light. So we are, as humans, unable to appreciate the actual beauty of feathers, which is just levels of frustrating. Which is why they will spread out their wings in mating rituals, is because they're showing off how fabulous they look. And to us simple humans, we're like, they're doing a funny dance, and it's like, no, they're also like demonstrating like their UV patterns that we can't see or appreciate. Mmm. Yep. No, absolutely. Um, Trying to use the biology of other creatures for when design, like making design, is just a great tactic. The Japanese bullet train used birds for its designs. It used the beaks, it used the feathers, um, to be able to make it a more effective um, train for beating the resistance of the air, as well as for making it quieter when it goes through tunnels. Specifically, it used the beak designs of fisher birds, ones that do diving, like loons and ducks, as well as the feather design of owls for being so quiet when they swoop down on their prey. Oh yeah, no, that's so true. Well, and it's like there was there's a great line that I saw, and it said, "Nothing in this world exists a creation of man that nature cannot destroy." And it was talking about basically natural disasters, earthquakes, typhoons, hurricanes, uh, tornadoes, the like. Like there's nothing that we can do that will last forever. It, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Well, like the cameras are a mimicry of the human eye, being able to capture light and send it as information. And we can't really do a great job at. Well, only recently are we able to create a good job at um, shrinking it. I was going to say we haven't been able to, but that's a total lie. Spy cameras exist. Yeah. Yeah. It's actually also a thing that Perception book made very clear with diagrams and so on. Nature will destroy you. Okay, cool. Wow. That is way redder than this is in person. Let me lower the saturation because that is way too red. There we go. That's closer to what I'm seeing right now. It's still way intense, but I also know that this camera does not like red at all. It's like, why are you using so much red? I'm like, I'm not. I'm using a little bit of red. And it's like, that's the brightest red in the world. And I'm like, no, it's really not. It's more like of a maroon. or what is it? It's maroon and burgundy. I love burgundy. Some people do not like burgundy. I like burgundy. It was super boring though. Like the way it was written was just painful. Oof. I'm sorry to hear that, Loki. Some of the things that I find most fascinating are like how simplified snail eyes work, or how advanced and complicated praying mantis eyes are. Like the idea that a snail can get by with its very simple, very primitive eyes, and then at the same time, like how a praying mantis eye is as wildly complicated as it is. I usually try to avoid using washes, but I think using a wash on this shirt is going to be acceptable. And I can never use washes anymore. Never, ever, ever. I just really try to avoid them because I think that I can do usually a bit of a better effect with layering, but I also just want to finish these guys. And a wash is going to be a great way of deepening some of these details. There's nothing wrong with using a wash. I need to make that clear. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I just choose to make my life difficult. And my paintings take longer. That's interesting, Loki. Makes sense, though. One thing that I was very fascinated to find out is that cats are short-sighted. I had no idea. Here, give me a second. I'm gonna go pour myself some tea. I'll be right back. wear that one. I thought that one was very cool. Alright, I am back with some nice cozy tea. It's orange and ginger. Spiders have 320-degree vision. They rely on the tremor sense on their hairs instead of actual vision. That is neat. Alright, so I'm back and that is basically there. Let's do some highlight of that, some more. Oh my goodness, that paint is drying up. Is my wet palette so... Oh my goodness. My wet palette is in an hour dry. At least on the base it is. The sponge still has some liquid in it, but I am constantly surprised to see just how dry it is in this house. Like, I live in the coast. You would think that my wet palette wouldn't dry as much as it does. Cats have whiskers for balance. Yep. Worst thing you can do. Yes. Yes, you never cut your cat's whiskers. Poor things. They rely on those whiskers. I mean, like, they shed. They fall out over time, too. But, like, you have to let that happen naturally. You can't go and pluck their whiskers or anything of the sort. But, I mean, that's just going to open me up into this topic of all the terrible things people do to pets in the name of beauty. So, I'm just not going to start. If I do that, speaking of pets, I think I hear one trying to enter the room. He doesn't need to come in here, he'll just scream at me. My manager. Lord Ganon. He's not a friendly manager. Yep, he's still trying to claw his way in. He's gonna scream at me. There we go. Starting to come along. Like for weeks. Yep. No. It's true. I just wish people treated cats better. I love cats. Cats have gotten the short end of the stick from humanity sometimes. Not even sometimes, but you know. used to being locked out. It's very sad. I should probably let him in. Alright. Time to let Lord Ganon in. I know you couldn't open up the door. You can come in. Hey, no, you don't need to do that. Okay. No, don't do that. You just go back into the bedroom after you couldn't get in here? Oh. Want to come in? No? No, you're all just being difficult. Okay. They just don't like the door being closed. He can deal with the door being closed. Oh, goodness. And she has begun to get anxious. Should I just feed them early? Goodness gracious, come on. Okay, I need to really just try that brush up. There we go. There you go, you got in on your own. You didn't need me. Hey, buddy. He forced his way in. Yeah. Oh, don't start this with me. No. Hi. Yeah. Yeah. Don't smell that too much. Doesn't smell good. Here, it's not really for you to smell. Oh, I have it there. You gonna relax? Cool. Hello. Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
Hello, Valley Dweller. How you doing there? Why does he have a ring thing around his neck? He has been scratching his forehead. He's got a little scab there. So he's just trying to create a barrier. It's basically just like a cone, but it's soft. A little bit more comfortable for him. He also uses it as a pillow, which is kind of cute. Just trying to help speed up the healing time, though. Really, just of his little scab. Because goodness knows. Yep, yeah, it's a cloth ring. Cloth with a little bit of stuffing in it. Something lightweight. His sister is not as lucky. She has a hard plastic cone. But she is a anxiety wreck, and we're going to coming up actually this weekend, I'm going to be making a phone call to the vet and see if we can get her on a new medication for her anxiety, because the last one didn't really work out, didn't really do anything, to be honest. So she harms herself quite a great deal by over grooming. You know, we've done some things to try and make sure that, like, you know, she gets played with, gets lots of love and affection, but just still has really bad anxiety attacks. She has caps on her back feet claws, and she wears a sweater. The reason why is because she scratches her shoulders till she makes big scabs in them, which is tragic. Like she literally, she'll groom the inside of her legs until they're hairless. She is a wreck. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. No, she's the first cat that I've had that has had anxiety. Gannon, can you like not? Oh. Gannon, seriously. And he instigates her anxiety because one of the things that we've noticed that results in her freaking out is food. Weird, but feeding time. If she thinks it's feeding time, she'll go around the house and she'll keep scratching at herself, as if like she has an itch. I should probably just go feed her right now. Because right now she's under this assumption that she's not going to get fed. Like that's what her fear appears to be, is that she thinks she's not going to get fed. Even though we feed her like twice a day, she gets like a whole can of like one of those big cans of food. For senior cats, because her digestive system's starting to, get a little sensitive. She's about 10 years old now, so been living with anxiety for about 2 years. She hasn't been scratching herself. I was going to go out there, but she seems to have calmed down. So that is good for me. And I will proceed with her regular eating schedule. Hey, shh, stop it. Your meowing is what freaks her out. Please stop. Yeah, you gotta relax. Hey. Cut it out. A friend of mine, rescue dog, was broken for very long, very mistreated. And they gave her a home and slowly bloomed into a very happy dog with a few quirks. Yeah, and she's a happy cat. It's just like I don't know what happened. She had this incident with some kids that didn't turn out very well. She stopped kind of feeling safe around the house. It was right before me and my partner got married. And one day we came home and it wasn't good. But trying to do everything we can. Got a cat tree for her so she can go up there, feel safe. You know, give her time on the bed. Gets to relax there. Oh, some people treat animals terribly. Gannon, you need to cut that out. Buddy, you're fine. Just a little bit longer. That's all you gotta do. I think the worst part about it too is that like the animals clearly love these people that are abusing them, and they just want them to stop being abused. Gannon needs to be more mellow. Gannon does need to be more mellow. He's not a very chill cat sometimes. Screams at me in the morning. I'm not even going to do it, because if I start doing it, he's going to start meowing at me some more. But good Sir Gannon, not always in a happy mood. Alright, you know, there's only going to be so much more I can do in this model. Alright, so let's do... Oh. That can use a little bit more. Goodness, yeah, no, you guys got it. That's Gannon. That is my cat. He's a sweet cat. He's just a demanding jerk for food. Like he will make me sometimes be like, am I not feeding you enough? And then I look at him, I'm like, no, you're kind of overweight. You kind of need to diet. I don't want you to have heart problems as a cat. Like, it's not like I can give you heart medicine all the time. I mean, there is heart medicine for cats, but I don't want to go down that road. So I'm just like, buddy, come on. It's like, the vet is not cheap. Tea. Delicious tea. Okay. It seems to have calmed down a little bit. Or he's just plotting against me. At longest, I'm only going to be streaming for another half hour, so I'll be able to feed him up after that. Yeah, Gannon, I'll feed you, and yeah, very soon. You listening to me? Yeah. with this mini, I feel like every time I add something new to it, I'm just making it worse. And, that's okay. I'll look at it later and I'll learn something from it. So at this rate, I've already used washes. I think what I might do is, on these highlights for the leather, I might just throw another wash at the end of it. Bring everything back down a little bit. Because this highlight I'm adding right now is really bright. Yeah, Ganon, it's really bright. It's a bright highlight. Dare I say, the light is high. Because like that just kind of looks orangey. Maybe I'll use a soft tone instead of a strong tone. Ooh, but I like the idea of using this on the twine. Yeah, that's nice. Let's you can see there's a little drop of paint there. Just tear that off. Oh, I can yell too. I feel like this is a Robin Hood that shanks people. It's got like I know it was like Robin Hood and the Merry Men, but like was there like a least merry person? Is there like Robert the Shanker? Like yeah. Robin Hood, the Merry Men, and Robert the Shanker. Nice little highlight there. Just give like these nice little lines of differentiation. Oh my goodness, Ganon. Oh my goodness. Maybe Ganon's the Shanker. Sir Shivy. Ganon and his trusty shiv. Ganon, why must you be like that? Gives me just the saddest meows. Oh. And I don't think you guys were on last time I was streaming. I was mentioning when I'm not streaming, Ganon will go by till like 5 p.m. It's 2:30 right now, but he'll go on by till like 5 p.m. and he will not make a single noise for food. And I'll be like, "Oh, Ganon, I'm sorry. Skipped up on your time for food. Let me fix that for you." He'll meow then. But if if I am on camera, if I have this set up, if I am talking, he starts doing it early. Because my cat is a manipulative jerk. Clearly, he just wants to talk to us. Yeah, I mean, you guys are cool people to talk to. You can't blame him for that. Yeah, you saw how cute he'll perform. You know, he jumps up on the thing, I turn the camera to him, I give him some head scritches, he acts nice. You know, he jumps away, and then he screams at me from the floor. It's like, what are you, stupid? I'm saying feed me. I want you to feed me. Don't you love me? Feed me. No, is he running away? He left. Went too long without food. Now it's going to make feeding him someone else's problem. You're talking. You're probably talking to me. You're stressing me out. There's nobody here. Stop talking to tiny creatures. Stop talking to the tiny plastic people. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. He just thinks I'm a crazy person. Maybe he's concerned for me. He'll show concern for me sometimes. He's a very sweet cat. If I'm upset, something's sad, he'll come hang out with me. Yeah, that's probably good enough. Let's go right over top of it. Yeah, it turns out that I'm just the one stressing him out. Cool. You know, I'd say if I was to be like, I'm trying to make something real fancy, I'd say this is not good enough. But that is not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make, I am authentically just trying to make a game piece this time around. So I think, what do you get? What do you guys think? I think that's a game piece. I just need to give him a better base. Yeah, you know, let's just do some base. Heck, that is like super dry. Stressing me out, man. You're freaking me out. That's what I'm doing to my cat. He's concerned. That's all. He's just concerned about me. His human is broken. It's a piece that is unpainted. Whoops. Let's just throw some color on there. Any color. Doesn't have to be anything special. There we go. You are no longer unpainted. Oh, my partner's gonna hate this mini. It's too much brown. Well, he's got leather. What do you expect? He's got leather shoes. He's got a leather belt. He's got leather pouches. And he's got this drab cotton shirt. It's too much brown. Well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to make it blue leather? Yes. These are conversations. I don't disagree. It's a lot of brown. Yeah. It's a lot of brown. I do not disagree or, you know, disregard how much brown there is. But I'm not going to leave that part brown. I'm going to report for me for not painting that. Ah, heck. I thought you were cool. Oh, let's see, where is that dark gray? There we go. Come on, man. Thought we were friends. Stone gray. There it is. Oh, no, that's my... I need my other one first. There we go. I'm just going to take that there, go in, and just surgically just go boop. And boop, 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 boop. There. And Why do all of the brushes look like you've mangled them with some unspeakable Vatican torture session? Well, okay. This is my dry brush. And I'm not very kind or caring to my dry brushes. They're my dry brushes. If you want to see a real mangled brush, Loki, content warning. This is my other dry brush. Thought I would just give you a fair content warning ahead of time. I feel like I may have just well killed Loki with that one. I have you one-upped there. Let's see here. All right. Da, 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 da. Yeah, no, thing is, I spend very, for a second I thought you were going to get a mangled brush shout out. I am a cheapskate with my brushes. I subscribe to the train of thought that you don't need a great brush to be a good painter. And you know what? I could probably do some cleaner jobs with maybe a little bit better brush. Maybe... Oh my goodness, he is so loud right now. Row, row, row. Anyways, what I was saying. Oh my goodness. Can you guys still hear him? Check your Discord in general. I will gladly, good sir. Let's take a look at this. Oof. Yeah, that is a dead brush. I don't know. I mean, this one's not too bad. This brush I've had for over a year, and this is a synthetic brush. And I clearly, as you can see here, I am doing things you're not supposed to do with a brush. I'm going back in. Hi! 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 What? Hi? Was that a cute meow? You being cute now? I can make the same noise as you can. Ah! That's what you sound like. I hope to God that I don't lift my thumb and find that, like, I have just smudged off, like, a bunch of paint on top of his hood. I'll be very sad. I still have it on my palette and in my head what colors I used, but I will not be very excited. It survived as your dry brush for 3 years? Okay, I will say I probably don't use dry brushes for 3 years, although maybe I do. I don't know. I mean, like the more messed up your dry brush, the better a dry brush it is, right? Like that's how that works. I think. And like if it gets too bad, you just trim the hairs. Oh my goodness! Come on, just like get off there. There we go. Cool. And let's slap a varnish on him just so that I can like grab him by his face and not have to worry. Oh, what happened there? Oh, hello. Oh wait, I should probably. There we go. All right, so we're just gonna do a varnish now. So we'll zoom out here. Nothing too fancy here. We're just gonna go over top of everything. So brush on varnish. Oh my goodness, that is like a cat hair there. There we go. Yeah, we're just gonna do that. I mean, it's not gonna necessarily protect it if I throw it in a wood chipper, of course, but you know, just finger oils. It'll be good for that. Loki, so I have to ask, do you use good brushes? Like, and what I mean by that is like, do you get like non-synthetic brushes? Is that the real secret? Am I holding myself back by my brush choice, Loki? Because I consider you to be a better painter than me. Will I level up my game? Am I not drinking enough Mountain Dew? Tell me what I need to do. Some of this is teasing, not at you. Just general internet culture. Oh yeah, man. My partner, she's gonna hate this mini. She's gonna hate him. You use Kolinsky brushes. Oh my goodness. Yeah, okay. You use very nice brushes. So you're not using synthetic. So the reason I don't thin my paints, I can actually explain that, why I don't thin my paints. So, for one, I don't use horrendously offensive thick paints like Games Workshop. Their paints are so thick. I cannot believe how thick their paints are. Because on my wet palette, so let's see here. If I go here, I'm just going to reduce the brightness here. Like the too thin coats method or whatnot. Here, let's go ahead and zoom in, bonk, and then we're gonna no. Yeah, so like, why would I thin this, right? Like, this is already very thin. Let's wipe my brush off. Or like, you know, this right here. Like, this is super thin. This green here is a little thick, but that's because this was the first color I was using today. And my wet palette has dried up a bit. But like this red here it's very thin. It's not goopy. This got dried up, so that, but like that was who's it? That was a Citadel paint. But yeah, I think that the concept of thinned paints really depends on the brand of paint you're using. And the two thin coats, or the always thin your paints thing, heavily originated with Citadel. So like, even though this is kind of goopy up on the top, like if I spread it out near the outside, it thins it out automatically. Yeah, each brand, absolutely. And on top of that, like, whether or not you're using a wet palette makes a huge difference, I find. Like, so when those rare times that I'm not using a wet palette, I absolutely thin my paints then. I've got a bottle of Flow Improver, like, right off on the side. As well as paint retarders and a massive bottle of Flow Improver. So like, I do have like paint thinners on hand. Also for glazing. Fun fact, you can totally use, let's see here. Bam. So for glazes, if I just want to reduce the amount of pigment, yeah, you use the same wet palette. I love this. I got this one from the Kickstarter. But yeah, if you're needing to use glazes, like, I end up just using this big fat bottle of Liquitex matte medium, and I'll mix it directly into the paint, and that way I don't affect the flow or viscosity of the paint, but I reduce the pigment of the paint. So if I need like thin layers of pigment, I will use that, and I'll just do one drop in, and it's massive. This thing's gonna last me like forever. But that all being said and done, I am going to call it quits for today. So now we've got Mr. Shivy. This here we go. Let's go in here. You posted a brush pick as well. Let's take a look at this. Oh my goodness, that is brutal. That is brutal. I love it. Mad respect. And what's that I see right there? I do. That is the Reaper Bones miniature for the Pathfinder Barbarian. Oh, you loud, Ganon? You loud? Bought yours at the local store and mostly just water down your paints on the wet palette directly. I'm not sure I'm fully happy with it though. It dries out very fast. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on how much, like, what the humidity of your room is. My room's at like 40% humidity, which, I mean, like, if I opened up all the windows and stuff, it would be more humid, but our building is designed to be very, very dry, architecturally speaking. But let's see here. So we have one fully painted, two fully painted, three fully painted minis for our warband. I need to touch up this guy, possibly even start over from scratch with him. I need to have 10 figures for my warband and 10 for my partners. I have a lot of minis to paint, so this might be what my next stream is as well. But that being said, let us go take a look at who's online right now, and let's just throw a raid at somebody. If you guys have any suggestions for miniature painters that maybe don't have a lot of people in viewing right now. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh, Wargame is a tag. I might have to start doing that. I see Wapelius is online. Wapelius has like 75 people in this thing. Warpelius doesn't need more viewers. I love Warpelius, but he doesn't need more viewers. Let's see here. Monkey with fire. 30 viewers. Let's go down. Ooh, what's that? Somebody's painting a treant. Let's take a look at that. That looks cool. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's go raid this guy. He's got 12 viewers. Ooh, I'll take a look at your suggestion here, Valley. Shiro Senpai. Shiro Senpai is not online. There we go. I was like, you leading me astray. Come on. White Senpai. Okay, cool. Yeah, this looks cool. Yeah, let's jump in here. I'm down with that. Oh man, is this more Warhammer? It is more Warhammer. Ah, everyone's always painting Warhammer. Let me take a look. Hold on. It's gonna be between them and miniature. Ah, no, we'll just do this guy. Oh, I like Dr. Rhino. Dr. Rhino's cool. All right, we'll raid Shiro. Just everyone's always doing Warhammer. So much Warhammer. All right, Shiro Senpai. We'll go raid them. Sounds good. All right, 3 viewers. Let's go.